Okay, so same example, but different question. Now the question is, what is true about AD and AD prime? So here is AD, and here is AD prime. So what's true? Well, the first thing I notice is that this is 1, 2, 3 units, and this is also 1, 2, 3 units. So on my paper, I will write AD, and we actually need to put a little line segment on top of it, and A prime, D prime equal 3 units. They're both 3 units. Something else, though, that we want to pay attention to is that these line segments are parallel. So because I translated my shape, I didn't turn it, I didn't reflect it, I just slid it down and to the right. That means that these corresponding sides are going to be parallel. So we're going to write it in words, and then I'm going to show you the shorthand. So line segment AD is parallel to line segment A prime, D prime. But in math, we try to write things with fewer words. So the shorthand looks like this. Line segment AD, this is the symbol for parallel, kind of 2 parallel lines. They're not straight up and down, they're slightly slanted. Is parallel to line segment A prime, D prime. You can write it out in words, or you can use the shorthand if you remember. So all of the corresponding line segments are going to be parallel. What do I mean by corresponding? Well, AD corresponds to A prime, D prime, right? They're on the same part of the shape going in the same direction. So I want you to think right now, what is the corresponding line to DC? It's going to be D prime, C prime. So I'm going to make a list of all the parallel line segments. So I'll go in alphabetical order. So CD is parallel to line segment C prime, D prime. BC is parallel to B prime, C prime. And finally, AB is parallel to A prime, B prime. Line segment. Now this one was easy because they used the same letter. Sometimes the letters will change, so the first shape might be ABCD, and the new shape might be QRST. So we're just going to keep practicing translating and being able to identify corresponding sides and knowing which ones are parallel.